Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my people. Today's video, it's gonna be on about how you guys can go about securing the job that you really want. It's gonna be hopefully inshallah beneficial to the one who wants to not necessarily go for the most experienced job and even the one who wants to go for a really experienced job. So hopefully this benefits the masses. Now, we're in an environment where there aren't going to be many jobs because of the whole Roni situation. Jobs, they just won't exist as much as they used to maybe last year. People will go through redundancies. So I hope this will benefit you guys. And I'm going to be giving you 3 ways to up or maybe even guarantee getting the job that you want as long as your experience matches the skill set that the client's looking for. So I'm going to go through some questions where I put up on Instagram and I asked you guys to ask me some questions. Some of you did, so I'll go through those questions at the end of the video. So make sure to just sit tight until the end. Wait until for the 3 reasons and hopefully this brings benefit. Now, if it does, do subscribe, like and share with your family and friends because I do think this will be a beneficial video for the masses. Now, number 1, let's get straight into it. You have to be different. Look, we're in a market where it's not necessarily just going to be about your experience. In fact, many times it's not just about your experience. When you get hired as a person, the company's also looking for the person you are, the sort of personality you have, and maybe the sort of things that you come with. For example, if you're, a lad and the environment is, the sort of environment that you will slide right into and you will get along with everyone and you're the sort of person that seems like really and truly like you're happy and you're confident, that sort of thing, then a company will be more receptive to maybe getting you in for an interview and even giving you the job. So number 1, be different. However, try to come across as someone who is very friendly with everyone and gets along with everyone. But the main point I'm going to make to you for number 1 is when you send your CV to the company, don't just send your CV. Send your CV, but give the company a call straight away. You see, when a company is hiring someone for a job, they're gonna, straight away, they're gonna get like 100 applications, for example. Now, 100 people will send their CVs. How many people are gonna give a call and say, I'm Abu Musa, I'm looking for a certain role. I've seen that you guys are advertising for this role. Can I please speak to the person who is in charge of it? I'd really like to tell them and a bit more about my experience. Trust me when I say this. You give them a call and you will be the top of the bunch straight away. And in fact, there are ways you can even secure yourself an interview as long as you speak to the person. If the hiring person can see that you're coming across really well, you're calling, you're eager, maybe you're local in the area, you've got a rough idea of what the job is and you probably could do the job. All you really have to say to the person is, look, I'm in the area. Do you think there's any chance I could come in for an interview? Or do you think, when are you maybe next available for an interview? The point being is, as soon as you get them on the phone, now it's an opportunity for you to stand out in front of the other 99 candidates. So remember, send your CV across, no problem, but follow it up with a call. Give the company a call, no matter what it is, no matter what industry, no matter what sector, this will apply to everyone. Send your CV and give the company a call. I know it's hard, you might feel nervous, but you will up your chances a considerable amount. So just do it. Number 2, something which I think in recent times has developed more and more, and that's the usage of LinkedIn. See, if you see a job that is being advertised, whatever it may well be, and this may not apply to some jobs, but for the masses it should apply. If you come across a job, go on the company, go on LinkedIn, give the company a search, check who the hiring person is for that job, maybe even the line manager. So for example, you're an engineer, go check out who the engineering manager is, go check out who the HR manager is, add them on LinkedIn, send them a message, send your CV across as normal, send the application and your CV across as normal, but also approach the HR manager, approach the line manager, add them up on LinkedIn, have a look, because if you do get an interview at some stage, honestly, it looks amazing if you can turn around and say, for example, the person's name is Paul, right? He's the engineering manager. And you sit down with him and you say, Paul says, oh mate, what do you know about the company? Or what do you know about us? Okay, you tell them about the company. You should do that research anyway. Imagine then turning around and saying, Paul, I know you've been with the company for 5 years, 6 years, and I know you've progressed over the years. It would be amazing if I could do the same. Now, think what Paul's going to be thinking. Paul's going to think, wow, how does this guy even know that? And then you can generally say that, Paul, I did my research. I went on LinkedIn. I had a look at what sort of work you've done, what sort of experience you have. And it would be amazing if I could mimic that. Paul, honestly, will be very surprised at the fact that you've even done that research. And that should definitely add some brownie points. So do go on LinkedIn, do your research on the sort of places the person who maybe will or won't be interviewing you has worked at. Obviously, use LinkedIn as a tool where you can even add the person and send them a direct message. It's very useful. Basically, again, we're trying to be different. We're trying to stand out more than anyone else, especially out of the 99 people. So that's the whole idea. If you can stand out, if you can be different, you will put yourself in a situation where the others haven't. So the last one, and at number 3, it's probably one of the most useful ones, and maybe not necessarily the most important, but definitely one where you can up your chances a considerable amount by getting a job. And that's speak to your contacts. Speak to people who are in the same industry, in the same sector, the brother's uncle, the brother's friend, the dad's brother, the sister, whatever it is. Speak to your contacts. When you get speaking to your contacts and you know someone working in a certain company who can give you some experience or some advice, that is what you need, because contacts help a considerable amount when going for a job. Because imagine going for a job and the person says, oh, he's so-and-so's son or he's so-and-so's brother, and that person, for example, is a nice person, they've worked there, and they can say that this person, I know him as such. Okay, now what that has by default done is you've got a reference from someone who's worked at that company or knows someone who knows someone, and they turned around and they said, you know what, this guy's actually really good. He could do the job, basically. Knowing someone who works in a company or knowing someone who can give you some links and some contacts, it does wonders. So speak to someone, speak to anyone and everyone, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your family, friends, and just ask them, could you put me in front of someone? The least, if you have someone who works in an industry or a sector or anything like that, that you want to work in, get a CV, sort it out and send it to them, and then say, could you please send it to the person who deals with the recruitment for your company? I'm really interested in getting into the company that you work for. Just the fact that they will give the CV to the person, it will reduce so much of the procedure in you getting the job, an interview, or the next stages. So definitely speak to your contacts, speak to your family, speak to your friends. That's where you can really up your chances on getting the job that you want. All right, so I'm trying to keep this one short. I've given you 3, hopefully, really good points in terms of how you can up your chances of getting the job. And again, as a summary and in conclusion, what you're trying to do is stand out more than anyone else. So if something stands out, and if you can make yourselves look different or come across different in comparison to everyone else, then do that. Sending your CV and leaving at that is not the best way on getting the job. If there's a job you really like, give them a call, add them up on LinkedIn. And look, if you have any contacts and if you know anyone working for that company in particular, then get in touch with them. All these 3 things will up your chances a considerable amount. And to be honest, if you do all 3, really and truly, you pretty much will be guaranteeing you get the job as long as your experience matches up to exactly what they're looking for. And it doesn't have to be exactly, but even if it's a little bit or somewhat similar to what they're looking for, honestly, it will help you so much. So do those 3 things, up your chances. But now we're going to go into the questions that you guys asked on Instagram. So inshallah, hopefully this helps you guys as well. Okay, so someone asked a question, what platforms can you use to get a job or, go about getting the job that you want? Right. So CV Library, Reed, Total Jobs. There are loads and loads of generic ones. Indeed, if I didn't mention that one already, I don't know if I did or not, but Indeed. So there are loads and loads of generic ones. However, there are also specific ones for your industry. So for example, if you're an accountant, there will be one for accountants. If you're an engineer, there will be one for engineers. And in fact, even more specialist engineering like aerospace or defense or energy, there will be specific job boards. So just Google search a job board for your industry and what you're looking for. But otherwise, generically speaking, we're looking at Reed, Indeed, CV Library, Total Jobs. There's loads. Just give it a Google search. Go on there, check the jobs. But again, give those companies a call. You'll up your chances. Now, someone asked, how can I get an interview for the job that I want? Give them a call. Honestly, imagine this. I'm going to give you guys an example. You got the phone. You say, hi there, I'm wondering if you could help. Just a quick one. Can I speak to the person who deals with your recruitment for a design engineer? I've come across a job advert online and I'm really interested and wanting to speak to the person who deals with it. Now, she might turn around and say no. She might turn around and say, go away. She might put you through. If she puts you through, you're already way ahead of all the other people. Technically, you've just secured an interview, a phone stage interview. However, if she says, no, he's busy, he's in a meeting, this is what you do. Hi, okay, no problem. I'm wondering if you can help me, in which case, I'm going to send an email to them with my CV. Can you just pass on the message and let them know that I, Abu Musa, gave them a call and I really wanted to speak to them about the engineering design role that they have. Now that she might say, yeah, no problem. She might do it, she might not, no problem. So if you could just do that, that'd be amazing. I will send my CV across and hopefully we'll take it from there. If you can let them know I'm eagerly interested in looking for the job, that will mean the world to me. Now, a call like that, honestly, will put you 100 times higher than anyone else. You make that call, and even the lady, the receptionist herself, will be like, man, this guy's eager. This guy really wants a job. Regardless of his experience, clearly his mindset, his mentality, and his work ethic is right. You hear what I'm saying? So do that. And again, if you can't get the phone, guess what you're going to do? Add them up on LinkedIn, send them a message, because that's where the money's at. Someone asked the question, how many companies do I need to send my CV to get a job? Now, really and truly, this is a little bit subjective, but hopefully this video can help you guys in terms of upping the chances. So if there's like 3 or 4 jobs, if you do what I'm telling you in this video, you should really increase your chances of getting the job, because you'll put yourself ahead of everything. So, hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you do that. So someone asked the question, how do I land a job as a trainee recruitment consultant? Honestly, like, I've worked in recruitment, and I'm telling you guys this. It's all about the confidence, how you come across, how you sound on the phone, and all that stuff. Even if you didn't send your CV, you could get a job as a trainee recruitment consultant role. All you would have to do is give them a call and say, hey, it's Abu Musa. I came across yourselves. I'm really interested in getting a job as a recruitment consultant. Sales is what I want to do and what I want to learn. I know you guys sometimes recruit. So I'm wondering, can I come in for an interview and speak to yourselves about how maybe I can get a job in recruitment? I promise you, that will do wonders. The company will definitely be interested in speaking to you as long as they're hiring. So just get on the phone, speak to them, build a rapport, get them feeling like what sort of person you are, and that will genuinely make it so much easier for you. If you do that with 10 companies, I promise you, you'll get at least 3 interviews. So if anyone isn't getting interviews, give the company a call, do that call, and you will have better luck. Now I'm going to conclude on this question. Someone asked, should you go to university to get a job? Look, it's massively subjective. I'm going to make a big video on this, so make sure to subscribe. Make sure to check out the content. It's huge. I can't just say yes or no, but you'll be surprised how maybe against I am university for most subjects. So subscribe up, check the videos. I will talk about this, but generically speaking, unless you're doing, medicine, pharmacy, something you really need a degree for, usually it's not really worth it. But I'll make a full video on this, so watch this space. But listen, that's all from me today. I appreciate your guys' support. You guys have been amazing. So I'm trying to keep up the 2 videos a week thing. If you guys can support, means the world. Hopefully, inshallah, this video benefited you guys. If it did, let me know in the comments below, and I'll carry this on. But from me to you, Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.